a little, much, really. These three adverbs used to describe some adjectives, talking about to intensify, to make it a little bit more description, right? For example, we use pretty, a little, or really with adjectives or after the be verb. For example, all the Englishes are a little different. You have British English, American English, Australian English. So they are a little different, right? A little describes different, just a little bit. Both those predictions are really worrying, intense, intensifying, right? Really worrying, not a little, very much, right? This is after be verb. This is before the adjective. You can also use pretty, really before adjective plus noun. I want to emphasize everybody here. Pretty here doesn't mean beautiful. Pretty here means very, right? It's an adverb. There's another pretty. She is pretty. That is an adjective. But pretty over here is an adverb meaning really before adjective and noun. For example, that is a pretty large number. It's the same thing as you say, that is a very large number. Same thing. We can use a little with negative adjective after the be verb. I am a little concerned about the future of languages. Last but not least, we can use the adverbs a little or much with the comparative. Here, what is comparative? ER. Easier, faster, slower, right? So, for example, this new language will be much easier. This new language will be a little easier. So, a little, much, really, or pretty. These are adverbs to describe adjectives or the verb to be. Might seems a little confused. We will do some practice here, and I put it right here on the side for you. So let's do number one together. I'm going to do number one together with you so we don't get confused. So I'm going to read, visiting the country is a blank good way to learn a language. What do you think is a really good way or a much good way? Anybody?
Really.
Excellent. A really good way. Good job. So now we know what to do. Number two. Let's start with George. Number two. Can you read the whole sentence for us, please? George, are you with us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Learning a language can be a lot difficult when you are older.
Excellent. Learning a language can be a little difficult, right? Good. Number three, Arsen, please.
It's important to have a really good dictionary.
Excellent. It is important to have a really good dictionary. Good. Number four, Hanan?
Yes. Studying vocabulary. Yeah, okay. Studying vocabulary is much more difficult than grammar.
Much more useful, good, than grammar.
Useful? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries, but it's perfect. Thank you so much. That's correct. Number five, Oni.
Number five, okay? Okay. You should make progress quickly if you study really hard.
Excellent. Really hard. Good job.
Thank you.
John, number six.
Okay. Online learning is becoming much popular these days.
Very good. Becoming becoming, can we much or pretty, guys? What do you think?
Are pretty popular these days.
Yeah, pretty popular, right? Adjective, pretty popular. Good job. Again, this pretty doesn't mean beautiful. It means
Very
very correct. Very good. Number
Excuse me, what's the much incorrect?
I'm sorry, which one?
Why the much is incorrect?
Number 6.
6, yes.
Yeah, pretty popular.
But we can
Ah.
use a much too or not?
Much you will use with the comparative. You will say much more popular,
Oh.
right? Much faster, much slower, much more beautiful, comparative. Yes, good. That's a good question. Good job, guys. Number 7, Ida, would you want to try?
Yeah, is much interesting. Is much a little interesting to study in groups than alone.
It's much more,
Or
right?
interesting.
Much more interesting. So if you use much, it will be
Yes,
comparative.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
good. But it's good to try, right? Yeah. Last but not least, Benjamin.
Okay. It's pretty embarrassing to make mistake when speaking a foreign language.
Excellent. Pretty. Same thing. Adverb, describe, adjective. Good. So now we learn how to use pretty, a little, really, or much, right? So that's how you use these adverbs to describe all the adjectives. So now let's put you in a group, in a partner again. So this one I want